Alright, I'm extremely excited for this product that's out here, but I'll save the best for the last because for the very first time, the Reno series has a phone that seems is also competing for the attention of the tech enthusiasts. Hi, if you don't know me yet, I'm Ershad, you're watching Tracking Tech English, and this is our first impressions video of the newly launched Oppo Reno 8 Pro, the Reno 8, and the Oppo Enco X2. Now, I really want to start off with the Reno 8, so I'll keep these two aside and let's start talking about the Reno 8 Pro. Now, why is the Reno 8 Pro interesting? Firstly, it's got a very capable processor for the very first time. It's got the MediaTek Dimensity 8100 Max. You must remember how great the performance was when we actually tested it out. A link should pop up right now. You must go and check that video out first. Apart from the fact that it has the 8100 Max, it's also got only one variant which comes with 12 GB of RAM and 256 GB of storage. And this is LPDDR5 RAM and UFS 3.1 storage. There are a couple of things we did for this first impressions. We ran Antutu and we got a score of above 7,30,000, and BGMI also has the 90 FPS option, which is fantastic. Now, one of the things that is definitely stand out for the Reno 8 Pro apart from the performance itself is the fact that it comes with a design which includes a glass back, a glass front, and a metal frame. You know what, the OnePlus 10R, a product that this is competing with, comes with a plastic back, and you guys remember that. Now, the industrial design of the phone follows the golden ratio principle, which means that all the elements on the rear, including this massive camera module, are proportionately designed so that it looks aesthetic and pleasing to the eye. What do you guys think? Does it look aesthetic? To my eyes, it definitely does, especially in this fetching new color. This is, of course, a mid-frame which has flat sides, which means that it has a boxy design, and it's very similar to what a lot of Android phones are doing these days. Now, the golden ratio, of course, includes these two massive camera ring cutouts as well. It's just very good looking in my opinion. And despite the fact that glass and metal has been used in the construction, Oppo has managed to keep it very slim at 7.34 millimeters, and the weight is also under 185 grams, which of course makes it one of the most comfortable phones to hold and use. Now, at the bottom of the phone, you can see the speaker grill, you've got the Type-C 2.0 port, and you've got a SIM card tray which actually accepts 2 nano SIM cards, and at the top you have one more mic. That's about it. And you can see this very nice power button on the right spine, and of course these two volume buttons on the left one. I quickly wanted to show how this very big, massive camera module sort of blends and fuses into the frame. It's this one seamless design. It's very similar to what Oppo started with the Find X3 Pro. Now, coming to the display of the phone, you get a 6.7-inch panel on the front, and you can see how tiny the bezels actually are. Even if they're not entirely symmetrical, they look so good. And of course, you get this center punch hole, which is extremely tiny too. Now, this is of course a Full HD Plus 10-bit AMOLED panel with support for HDR10 as well. We did check it out, and you do get support for HDR playback on Amazon, Netflix, and YouTube, all the 3 apps. And the HDR performance itself looks pretty good. Of course, this is a 120Hz refresh rate panel, and you get a touch sampling rate of 360Hz as well, which is of course very good. So if you're gaming, you've got a game mode as well, so that will help you definitely. Now, while I was testing it out, it's got the OHaptics platform as well. What this means is that the haptic feedback, the vibration, intensity is really well tuned, and it's got this very precise haptic feedback as well on the display. It's a very, very good experience. And of course, as is the case with most Oppo phones, you get an in-display fingerprint scanner as well. It's an optical in-display fingerprint scanner, really fast to unlock the phone as well. Now, as you can tell, this is running ColorOS 12.1 based on Android 12, and of course, it's Oppo's very own fork of Android. Now, one thing I did notice is that Oppo does bundle a lot of third-party apps. Of course, all of them are uninstallable, so that's a good thing. But then again, ColorOS is a very well-tuned operating system, one of the good ones out there, I would say. Now, there's one interesting hardware addition to the Oppo Reno 8 Pro, and that's to do with the cameras. Of course, you get the camera setup, which includes a 50-megapixel Sony IMX766 sensor, 8-megapixel ultra-wide, and a 2-megapixel macro, and on the front, you get a 32-megapixel selfie camera. Now, what's the new addition? Well, it's this 6nm Marisilicon X NPU. And what this NPU basically does is that, of course, it helps with 4K night mode videos with AI enhancement, and it's very similar to what we saw in certain other phones that we tested recently. And it should be really good. I am going to test the cameras out in detail, so stay tuned for that. But my initial impressions of whatever pictures I shot with the phone are pretty good. In fact, why don't you take a look at it for yourself? Now, with respect to connectivity, you've got almost everything that you need. It's got Wi-Fi 6, it's got Bluetooth 5.3, it's got 12 5G band support, which is great, and 4G plus carrier aggregation as well. Now, since this is a slim phone, there's only a 4500 mAh battery inside. But 4500 mAh battery with an 8100 chip should be good. I will definitely test it out and let you guys know how it performs in daily usage. And apart from that, Oppo hasn't skimped out on the charging speeds as well. For that, I'll quickly get the box into the frame and show you guys what you get inside the box. So inside the box, you get this, silicone case, you get a SIM ejector tool, a few pamphlets, and of course, you get a Type A to Type C cable as well, and this 80-watt Super VOOC charger. Now, in our testing, we've noticed that this 80-watt charger can generally charge a 4500 mAh battery in under 37 minutes. Now, that's about the Reno 8 Pro, but there's another phone that Oppo launched, and that is the Reno 8. The box contents are exactly the same. You get the same 80-watt charger, a Type A to Type C cable, all of this that you get with the Reno 8 Pro. Let's quickly talk about this phone. Now, the Reno 8 is the affordable phone in the Reno 8 series. It comes in only one option, 8GB, 128GB, and it has a Dimensity 1300 chip inside it, which of course we tested in another phone recently. Now, this phone of course doesn't have the same glass back as the Reno 8 Pro, of course. This is a plastic back, but then again, it's got that same, fused camera module design, which again looks very, very good. And it's got this very flashy gradient as well. Apart from that, you've also got a plastic frame and very similar setup when it comes to the ports and the buttons. On the front, you have a 6.4-inch AMOLED display, which is a 90Hz panel and not a 120Hz panel. The camera setup is the same as the Reno 8 Pro though, without the Marisericon X NPU, and that is a 50 megapixel Sony IMX766, 8 megapixel ultra wide, and a 2 megapixel macro. And on the front, of course, is the same 32 megapixel selfie camera. Of course, selfies on both these phones look good. Oppo is generally good with selfies. Just remember to switch off the beauty mode. That's my only advice. And of course, the photos that you get with the Reno 8 is also looking good. But then again, if you want us to test it out and compare it with any other phone, do let me know in the comment section below. For now, just take a look at the samples that have been shot using the Reno 8. Now, one thing I forgot to mention is that both these phones do not come with optical image stabilization for the primary camera, so that's something that you have to keep in mind. As for the rest of the specs, you get the same 4500 mAh battery, and like I mentioned, an 80-watt Super VOOC charger as well. Now, saving the best for the last, of course. Best because you know me, I am an audiophile. I love audio products. And the Oppo Enco X has to be one of my most recommended truly wireless buds. If you're following me on Twitter, you know that I have recommended it n number of times to a lot of folks. And this is the upgrade to the Enco X. This is the Oppo Enco X2. So basically, Oppo takes the Oppo Enco X and just makes it even better. You know what you get with the Oppo Enco X2? You get a dual coaxial driver setup, which includes a planar magnetic 6mm driver. And I was like, what? That's crazy. And apart from that, it's also very feature rich. It supports all the Bluetooth codecs that you can think of, including LHDC and LDAC, with support for high res at 900 kbps as well. And one of the very interesting things I noted about the Oppo Enco X2 is the fact that you can actually, switch between these Bluetooth codecs within the Hey Melody app itself. You don't have to fiddle within, the Bluetooth developer settings, within Android. And there are a lot of other cool features like game mode, personalized, audio tuning, personalized ANC tuning. Apparently, the ANC has also been improved to 45 dB, of cancellation of noise. So all that is very, very good. This is a product that I'm definitely going to get a review of, and it's looking very good. I'm hoping that it'll be priced under 15,000 and it could, put some serious threat to other competitors out there. Do let me know in the comment section below which other, products would you like us to compare it against. Alright, so that was a quick first impressions for you guys. So just so that I can get a video out there for you guys to show you what's available in the new Reno 8 series and of course the Enco X2 as well. All of these products will be thoroughly tested in the coming days. So whatever questions you have, you know where you need to go. The comment section. Also, you know where you need to go if you want to support this channel, and that is hitting the red subscribe button and the bell icon right next to it to get notified whenever we put out an awesome new tech video. And while you're at it, just hit the like button and maybe even comment below for the sake of the YouTube algorithm. So that's it from me. Are you guys interested in the new Reno 8 series? Until next time, this is Arshad signing off. Keep tracking and stay safe.